Well, hello everyone. My name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. We only have 2 days left in January, but thankfully I have enough ghost stories to share with you, along with the accompanying Dungeons & Dragons monster, which is a heavy hitter today, so let's jump right into it. Sometimes you want a heavy hitter for your campaign, a nice arch villain that the heroes can get behind working towards defeating, and this is a nice one that is also a ghost, so let's talk about Lady Crowbait right now. They say it took the lives of nearly 50 men to bring the warrior woman down. After the first 30, she fought on a hill of corpses and kept adding to it. They finally got her though, but didn't kill her, not right off anyway. You'd think such a heroine would have her name sung in the ballads. That be the problem of being on the losing side, though. The victors control what the bards sing. Hell, they wiped her name from history, that they did, in the years that followed her execution. Though, execution isn't really the right word for it. It was more torture. The opposing generals had her spread out among the branches of a dead tree that was on that battlefield. Her guts were like holiday tinsel. The priests kept her alive, though. Crows flocked to the dying woman, feasting on her for days. Every time she thought she'd slip off into oblivion, those damn clerics healed her just enough to hang on. Once the enemy's host was done sacking the land, razing her keep, and marching off to the next front, then, and only then, did they let the crows finish her off. A funny thing happened, though, after that army's next victory. The crows followed, of course, ready to glut on another feast. Save they were sickly and vicious, too. Most of that flock suddenly died as the sun set. Their twisted bodies popped as the last ray of sunlight disappeared, and what we now call Lady Crowbait formed from the feathers. This time, her foes didn't win. Since then, she's gathered a host of her own over the centuries. Ghosts, ghouls, ghast, wraiths, it doesn't matter as long as they're dead and will serve her will. I guess anyone that gets in her way becomes a feast for the crows, and will you be next? Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at Lady Crowbait's statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. While Lady Crowbait is a challenge rating 10 medium undead who is lawful evil, she's not really made to fight a party all by herself. She's really the sort that's going to work with a host of lesser undead, and some of her abilities reflect that. She does have the usual damage resistances, damage immunities, and condition immunities you would expect for a ghost, along with ethereal sight, incorporeal movement, and etherealness. On top of that, she does have Inspiring Surge that she can use twice per day. So after she takes an action on her turn, she can go ahead and make an additional attack. But in addition, 2 of her allied undead within 60 feet can also move and attack as a reaction. She is also surrounded by a flock of spectral crows that are always looking out for danger, so she does have advantage on wisdom checks when it comes to perception. She does have multi-attack, so she can attack multiple times in a round, and she has the Pinion Great Blade, which is a giant spectral crow feather that does a relatively good amount of necrotic damage when it hits. And she does have Storm of Crows, which is a recharge attack and an AoE. Creatures that are in that have to make a save, or they do take a relatively significant amount of piercing damage. In addition, they are blinded as their eyes are scratched and pecked out. It's not a minute long, you're just blinded until you get the appropriate magic to heal yourself. Of course, if you make the save, you only take half damage and are not blinded. So she can be a challenge for those tier 2 heroes, most certainly. I hope you enjoyed Lady Crowbait, and she could definitely be someone that your party could hear about and have to work towards dealing with her and her undead horde, as opposed to just your random lich or vampire. She might bring a little bit more of a martial side to it. I'd love to hear how you would use her in your campaign. You can do so in the comments below. You can find dozens of other ghosts and hundreds of other horror-themed monsters for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. They're all perfectly free at boxofteeth.blogspot.com. In addition, if you're more interested in the non-Dungeon Dragon projects that I have or the horror fiction that I write, and you know that I'm going to hold up grease paint here, it's got a killer clown, it's got some ghosts in it, no horrible crows, but if you do have some interest in that, you can always go to www.zacharyoshea.com. We have one more ghost to share tomorrow, which kind of ties all of these stories together. As always, thank you for your time and attention.